The arrest of Grace Pauline Kelly, the 28-year-old daughter of country music legend Wynonna Judd, for allegedly stealing and totaling a church van has drawn attention not only due to her famous family ties but also for the remarkable response of the church affected by the incident. The story intertwines grace, redemption, and the challenges of addiction and legal troubles, revealing a narrative as complex and human as the lives involved. The alleged incident occurred on October 27, 2024. Pastor Kent Hart of Ground Zero Church of the Nazarene in Charlottesville, Virginia, experienced an unexpected turn of events after returning home from church. Hart, who had been using the church van and trailer to transport equipment for the congregation's mobile ministry, noticed the van being driven away from his driveway. Initially believing it might be a family member borrowing it, Hart quickly realized someone was stealing the vehicle. The pursuit that followed saw Hart blocking the van in a bid to stop the driver, later identified as Grace Pauline Kelly. Kelly managed to escape temporarily, damaging the van significantly in the process before being apprehended by police. Blood work revealed heroin in her system, and during booking, Kelly allegedly stated she had sold her soul to the devil. The church's remarkable response, instead of responding with bitterness, Pastor Hart and his congregation chose forgiveness and prayer. Speaking on Z95.1 Morning Show, Hart emphasized the church's commitment to grace and redemption, dedicating an entire Sunday service to praying for Kelly and her family. This spirit of forgiveness has continued weekly since the incident, with the church focusing on Kelly's recovery and reconciliation. Hart noted that the experience presented an opportunity for the church to embody its mission, demonstrating love and support even in the face of loss. The van, a critical tool for their ministry, was not just a vehicle but a symbol of the church's outreach efforts. Grace Pauline Kelly's troubled history. Kelly, the daughter of Wynonna Judd and her ex-husband Arch Kelly I, has had a tumultuous past marked by addiction and legal issues. In 2018, she was sentenced to 8 years in prison for violating probation on drug charges, including manufacturing and selling methamphetamine. Despite attempts at rehabilitation, Kelly's struggles with substance abuse and the legal system have persisted. Her latest arrest marks the third time she has been detained in 2024 alone. Previous charges this year included indecent exposure, obstruction of government operations, and soliciting prostitution in April, followed by a separate arrest in August for eluding police and driving violations. The church's resilience. Despite the loss of their van, Ground Zero Church of the Nazarene has remained resilient. The congregation has resorted to using personal vehicles to transport equipment, though it has complicated their ministry. To address the financial strain of replacing the van, the church launched a GoFundMe campaign, raising $4,500 of a $30,000 goal as of now. Pastor Hart, who is also a mechanic, described the van as a modest yet invaluable resource for the church's mission. Reflecting on its role, he remarked, "It wasn't super pretty, but it did some beautiful things for the kingdom." Wynonna Judd's family dynamics. Grace Pauline Kelly's struggles have cast a shadow on her family, which has already faced significant challenges. Wynonna Judd, a renowned solo artist and member of the Grammy-winning duo the Judds, lost her mother Naomi Judd to mental illness in 2022. The Judds were inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame just one day after Naomi's tragic death, a bittersweet moment for Wynonna and her sister Ashley Judd. Wynonna, known for her resilience and deeply personal songwriting, has been open about her family's struggles over the years, including Grace's legal troubles. The family has not publicly commented on the recent incident involving Kelly. The road ahead for Grace Pauline Kelly. Kelly is set to face court on January 2, 2025, with multiple charges in Albemarle County, including 3 felony counts of grand larceny. For the church, the incident has served as a reminder of their mission to offer grace and support even in challenging circumstances. Pastor Hart expressed a willingness to assist in Kelly's redemption journey, saying, "If there ever is an opportunity for our church to partner in her redemptive process, I would love to be a part of that." This unfolding story of a stolen van, a struggling young woman, and a forgiving church underscores themes of accountability, redemption, and the enduring hope for change. While Grace Pauline Kelly faces significant legal and personal hurdles, the community's response serves as a testament to the power of grace in the face of adversity. She is currently being held at the Albemarle-Charlottesville Regional Jail in Charlottesville, Virginia. Pastor Kent Hart of Ground Zero Church of the Nazarene said his church forgives Kelly and that members devoted a whole church service to praying for her. Ultimately, we forgive her on a personal level. I think that this whole situation presents an opportunity for the church to really be the church the way the church is supposed to be, Hart told Z95.1 morning show host Cherry Taylor, his aunt, in an interview on December 2. The pastor was prepared to have a relaxing rest of the day. After he got home, he cooked a pizza and was in his pajamas talking to his daughter. "And I look out the window, I see my church van," he said, "with a trailer connected to it, leaving my driveway." Hart's first thought was that his parents were borrowing the trailer, although he did not know why they would have needed it. But he called his dad, who told Hart that he was not driving it. Hart got into his vehicle to pursue the van, and by the time he reached the end of his long driveway, the reality of what was happening sank in. Somebody was stealing his van. He called his wife, who called 911. Hart said he happened to turn the right way and found the van pulled over about a mile or so down the road. Commenting that this was maybe not the wisest decision, Hart blocked the driver in with his vehicle and began beating on the door, which was locked, yelling, "You stole my van." The pastor said he identified the driver as a woman who was about 30 years old with a buzz cut and face tattoos. She shook her head at him and backed out to get back onto the road but could not because another car had come up and was trying to pass Hart's vehicle. Hart said that Kelly ended up going into a ditch, but she was able to keep going and get back on the road. "I think at this point, this was when the damage was really done to the van," he said. Hart called 911 again, and the dispatcher told him not to engage or to follow the van, but the pastor said that he was going to follow it. The dispatcher then told him he should at least tail it from a distance. "Kelly was driving all over the road erratically," said Hart. He followed the van for about 20 minutes before police officers arrived on scene and made an arrest. The Daily Progress reports that Kelly faces 7 charges in Albemarle County, including 3 felony counts of grand larceny for the alleged theft of the van, and not counting other charges she faces in other states. According to the Daily Progress, Albemarle police officer Corey Legg said that when Kelly was being booked, she said she had sold her soul to the devil. Legg also said that blood work later revealed there was heroin in her system. Grace Pauline Kelly is reportedly due in court on January 2. On a GoFundMe page collecting money for a new church van, Hart wrote, "We are a small church and cannot afford to buy another van in the current market." He explained what happened and that the church holds no animosity toward Kelly. As of this writing, the church has raised $4,500 of its $30,000 goal. "The van," Hart told Taylor, "was a really crucial part of our ministry. The church still has the trailer, and people have been using their personal vehicles to transport equipment to and from the church, but the process is more of a hassle now that the van is gone. It wasn't super pretty, but it did some beautiful things for the kingdom," said Hart, who, in addition to being a pastor, is a full-time mechanic. "It really did." The pastor emphasized that the church is holding nothing against Kelly personally and that he wishes her all the best. Hart did say he believes the consequences of Kelly's alleged actions are a means of grace that can help get her on the right path. "We hold nothing against her," he said, "and if there ever is an opportunity for our church to partner in her redemptive process, I would love to be a part of that."